right, you bunch of Drake touching, thieving sods, you. I'm back and we're going to watch the Uncharted trailer. And I ain't looking too forward to this film. Let's get into it. It's all Walbergy.
There are places out there you can't find on any map.
Right, Shambhala, yeah.
Not gone. They're just lost.
Okay, so this is following Drake. It's following Uncharted 2.
Hey kid,
Huh?
a little young for a bartender, aren't you? A little old
Fucking
for
hell. Is that supposed to be... He's supposed to be Sully.
everything in here. Why
Jesus,
This
man.
path Ferdinand Magellan took to sail around the world.
Magellan?
History.
Ain't that from the short with Nathan Fillion?
Found.
5 billion easy.
They stole that from the short film, Nathan Fillion, which, by the way,
Brother.
Well, you know my brother Sam?
already is a million times better than this. Go and watch that. Nathan Fillion, the guy from Don't Breathe. He's the blind dude.
Go. Find him too.
Right, it's just mixing in a bit of 2, a bit of 4.
Who the hell is this?
I'm a friend of Sully's.
Sully doesn't have any
Chloe.
friends. Actually, not even one of them.
You are a collector.
Antonio Banderas, good actor.
No. My family has been looking for this project for a
Nadine.
very long time.
Doesn't look
So
like
much
her.
blood.
They don't look like anything like the characters. Some John Wick shit, because John Wick's popular.
Don't touch your ear like that. You look like an idiot.
Ah, so it's Mark Walberg playing Mark Walberg, trying to... Just called
I've been
Sully.
reading about this
Not
stuff
even
since I
trying to
was a
play
kid.
Sully.
My brother say I'm not one final clue.
Where's that Drake charisma? Oh, Uncharted 3, of course. I knew this would be in it. I knew it. I had a feeling. It just looks crap. How does it look worse than the third game? It's not bad. It's not like fucking terrible. What's with the music?
Shouldn't have come out to play with the big boys, Ian, because you're about to get a proper Scottish welcome.
A Scottish welcome. Are you weird? You weird bastard, yeah. Give you a proper Scottish welcome.
Exclusively in
Ooh.
movie theaters.
Well, fucking hell, I didn't think I'd be saying this, but Welcome to Raccoon City looks promising compared to this fucking shit. Wow, Jesus, are you really gonna sit there and tell me that this is worthy of an Uncharted film? The amount of time it's taken for this to come out. He's nothing like Drake. Fuck that. He might look a little bit like young Drake, but this is mashing everything together because at the moment, Hollywood want to mash everything together. Mortal Kombat, Welcome to Raccoon City, the list goes on. They had a moment where they were trying to keep it its own thing. Resident Evil, Silent Hill, those films. Even Sonic, Sonic the Hedgehog. Jeez, but this is like, wow, Welcome to Raccoon City in this film, they're like mashing everything, just throwing everything in the pot. They're like, I know, if we can't do our own thing and people don't like it, then let's just throw everything in the pot and then it will keep fans happy because we're just putting all this fan service in. That doesn't make it a good film. Yeah? It doesn't make it a good video game film. Like, I've seen concept art for the Metal Gear films coming from the guy who did Kong Skull Island. It looked very promising because it was taking things from Metal Gear, but it was actually like being its own story. It is coming out because they've already cast Snake, and it was being its own thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you can tell that he's taking concepts and Cyber Ninja and how Snake looks, and then Metal Gear Rex, and then the Metal Gears from 4, and he's just kind of playing around with things. And I thought, yeah, like, it's going to be a different take on Metal Gear Solid, but it's like he is putting enough of his own ideas and stuff into the concept art and hopefully into the film. I think the Metal Gear might be quite good. Compared to this, it's a PlayStation Productions film as well. It's got a lot of money back in it. Who was it? It's like Universal, wasn't it? Was it Universal? Columbia TriStar. Okay, it's got money behind it. Then their fucking promoting Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection, which you might as well just fucking buy this. Or I would. They're like films anyway. Shambhala's featured in this. I'm getting confused. This doesn't look like snow. It looks fake. Is it sand? It's sand. It's not snow. My bad. Some sort of sand. They've obviously mashed a bit of 2 in there. Shambhala. They've mashed. Am I getting that right? It's been a while since I played 1, 2, and 3. But I believe it was Shambhala. They've mashed a bit of 2. You know, in the Himalayas and whatnot. They mashed a bit of 4 in there. It seems like it's following 4's plot line. They threw a bit of 3 in there. My main thing is Uncharted's all about Nathan Drake and the characters. Sully and Sam and Chloe and Elena. Elena's not in this, as you can see. It's all about the character of Drake. It's all about the quips, the one-liners, the action scenes, which surprisingly there wasn't that much of. Like, which I'm quite surprised. I would have thought we'd have got a lot more shots of action. Like, if you're following the games, I would have thought that you just go full on like ham with the action scenes. It only looks like we get one big spectacle action scene, and that's the bit on the plane. Here, you know, and it looks all right. I mean, it's not fucking terrible. It's not great either. Like, you know, the CG and stuff and just how it is just doesn't. It doesn't look that great. So he's following in the steps of Magellan. I believe that Magellan is mentioned in Uncharted, the Uncharted short film with Nathan Fillion, and I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy who's in Avatar, you know, as the bad guy, and also Don't Breathe as the killer, the blind killer, and he was really good as Sully. So it's like they stole that from the short film. Now, Nathan Fillion was incredible as Drake, because Drake is based upon Nathan Fillion. So it was like watching Drake. It was like watching a live action Drake. When you're seeing this guy,
There's never been found.
he's just super serious. Like, there's never one moment where he had a funny moment. There's no quips. There's no one-liners. Mark Walberg is fucking Mark Walberg. He's not Sully. Nah, I'm sorry. With Welcome to Raccoon City, there's parts of me that's like, it looks great in a B-movie style way. It really does. And yes, I might have issues with them throwing everything into the pot with that film, but it looks more like Resident Evil than any other film that's come before it. Let's be real, not counting the CG films. So in that respect, the fact that it just looks like a lot of fun, like it will be a pile of trash, but it will be fun trash. It will be fun to sit there and watch it, like, and sit through it. This offends me. I said that Welcome to Raccoon City, the last trailers, they didn't offend me. I could see where everybody was coming from. I really could. Yeah, I have issues with it. You got to know, I'm like big fucking Resident Evil fan. I'm gonna have issues with it if it's not doing it, like, if it's not hitting those fucking heights. Yeah, be it, you know, adapting Resident Evil, the source material. Then you best believe that I'm gonna be a bit like, you know. I want to see a film based on Resident Evil, just all the bells and whistles. You know what I mean? Just great CG. You know, great acting, or as far as you can go with Resident Evil, like some great action scenes, great horror moments, you know. And I will say that Welcome to Raccoon City looks a lot more fun than this. The set design, although the set design on this is actually decent, I will say that. So much like Raccoon City, it's not too bad. Now, it's not that hard when it comes to Uncharted because you can use real locations. The games do. Clearly, Nadine, she doesn't even look like Nadine. Like, what's going on? She doesn't look like Nadine. Who's this dude? Is this the Russian dude from 2? Is he fucking in it? Elena's not in it. Weird. Chloe is. Setting up a sequel, maybe. That's what I'm thinking, where they have Nadine and Chloe. You know. Like, this reminds me of when you're at the exhibition. Sam isn't in this trailer. I don't know if he's actually in the film. That's from the games. It's taken directly from the games, which is interesting. This is like a 12A film, by the way. And for any of you that don't know, Uncharted is a 15 rated series. You know, in America it'd be R-rated, so it has its moments. It's not overly gory, but it does have its moments. Pirate ship, so yeah, taken from 4. He just, I don't know, man. Like, he might resemble young Drake, but he doesn't have the charisma of Nathan Fillion or, you know, video game Drake. Yeah, this looks like a dud. I'm not gonna lie. Outright, I'm gonna say right now, it looks like a dud. It doesn't look great. I'd rather watch the Tomb Raider film. I think that looks a lot better. At least it does its own thing. It can be chronicled as a, you know, a moment in the Tomb Raider games like that wasn't seen or portrayed. You know, the problem with this film, with Resident Evil, it's unique because Resident Evil is a unique series. Uncharted is a unique series in its own right, but it's also not because it copies from Indiana Jones, it copies from Tomb Raider, it copies from National Treasure, it copies from action films, Michael Bay, or not Michael Bay actually, it's going too far, but let's say Tony Scott production, you know, something like that. Yeah, so in that respect, it borrows heavily from a lot of things, and it wears that on its sleeve. Like, it wears it, you know, wears its heart on its sleeve. It doesn't care that people will be like, oh, this is from this and this is from that, because it knows it's inspired by those things. And that's the unfortunate thing with this film, because it's literally Indiana Jones or Tomb Raider, and they've already done films based on, you know, Tomb Raider, and Indiana Jones was the thing that kickstarted it. It doesn't really stand out from the crowd. That's the problem. And so what you have to rely on then is bringing in the fans of the game series, you know, which there are a lot of because it's a huge, huge series. But you're not going to win anybody over with shit casting. And, you know, one thing I will say is everybody was saying about the casting for Welcome to Raccoon City. Yes, it's very weird. It's very strange, the casting that they decided to go with. However, what I will say is at least the actors in that film are having a fucking blast. You can see it. Like I said, when I see Leon Kennedy, Evan Jogia in action, you know, that's gonna decide it for me. That's what's gonna decide it. And I got to be honest, like when he's popping that zombie, I look badass. Yeah, he really was getting into it. So, you know, yes, it's a weird casting. Everybody, you can't deny that. Even if you're like, yeah, I don't mind it. That's cool. I don't mind it. I've got used to it. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, like, the proof was in the pudding, so I was waiting to see how they reacted, and yeah, and I think the guy playing Wesker as well, he looks cool, and he's doing his own thing with it. But there's a few things. We're gonna get into a trailer after this. It's a featurette. It's got a few spoilers in it, and there's stuff I don't like, but we'll get to that next. But Uncharted, I'm not gonna go and see this. I'm sure I'll watch it when it comes to Netflix or Now TV. Now films, didn't like this, thought the green screen looked a bit shit, just looked a bit rubbish. Someone explained to me, I know that he's like in his 20s, and apparently Drake was, but he looks more like young teenager Drake than 20-year-old Drake. And that's a weird thing because he's supposed to be portraying Drake in his, you know, later on in life. And then Mark Walberg's like a really young Sully. It's just fucking strange, man. This is the problem. This is bad casting. This is literally casting big boy actors who couldn't give a shit. We all know what Mark Walberg did with Max Payne, and that was fucking trash. One of the worst video game films I've seen. So I'm not convinced. I don't think this is going to be good. He doesn't embody that character as much as I do like Mark Walberg. And I like what's his name? Oh god, Tom Holland. I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but Drake? Nah, it's not hitting it, mate. You're not hitting it. Chloe's alright. She's alright. She's the only one that I think is almost like a character. And Nadine, you don't really get to hear speak or do much. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Like, she doesn't look anything like Nadine from the games. She's trying to kill Sully. That's something from the games. Yeah. Say it in IMAX as well. No, just exclusively in movie theatres. Yeah, my advice: play the games. Play the games. Go get the Uncharted collection for PS4. Then, you know, if you've got 4 and Lost Legacy, play those 2. Or if you've got PS5, grab this. If this is coming up for PS4, grab it as well. If you don't own 4 or Lost Legacy, play through that whole saga of games, even Golden Abyss, which I haven't played yet, and you'll get a better experience in this film. Because it's all wrong, man. Like, Antonio Banderas is really cheesy as the bad guy, and I really like Antonio Banderas. This is Desperado right here. It's badass. Go and watch that film if you haven't. Desperado. Tons of other films as well. And we get like a little... This is very John Wick. You know, very John Wick. Very like not Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan. Police story type shit. Yeah. Underwhelming in every aspect, really. If you want my full opinion, and I'll list them off. It's underwhelming. I thought there'd be more action scenes shown in the trailer, so that's underwhelming. Tom Holland and Mark Walberg don't strike me as Sully or Nathan at all. Should have maybe cast Nathan Fillion. Maybe they could have done an episode after the 4th game ends of Drake going on one last mission. You know, like a smaller, more compact mission, and just sort of fun, sort of thing. And had his daughter in it and stuff like that, along with Elena. The bad guy is very generic. They're smashing all the stories together, which seems to be a thing at the moment. I know Mortal Kombat didn't technically smash all the stories together, but it really dropped the ball when it came to it. It had everything there. It's like they've got everything there. They've got the money back in it, you know, the visuals, everything, the set design, you know, all the costumes and stuff are on point. Ain't got a problem with that. But they're flopping when it comes to the fucking story, because they're just throwing everything into the pot and going, well, at least there'll be something that fans can pick out there. You know, and then people are not familiar with it. Well, you're going to alienate them because it looks like it's just a smashed up story. And that to me is just pointless. What's the fucking point then? Might as well make a new story and do your own thing with it. Instead of following Thomas 2 and James Avery, they're on the path of Magellan. I forget, you know, 4 has quite a complex story. I've played about 2-3 times, but it's been a while since I've played the Uncharted series. I'm going to go back at some point and play through them. Maybe Magellan is mentioned in 4, but if I remember correctly, it was mostly about James Avery and Thomas 2, if I remember. And the pirate-like city, you know, the hidden pirate city and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just, like I said, underwhelming. And I knew this would be in it. I knew it because it's one of the most iconic, you know, moments in Uncharted history. But I don't know, just like, yeah, it simulates that scene well, I guess, beat for beat, shot for shot, almost. I like the bit where he's kind of leaping up here. That was very Uncharted. That was cool. That looked good. As Angry Joe would say, that looked good. Yeah, he knocks the guy off. Where's the truck? Like the truck? No, am I getting that wrong? I can't remember. But yeah, like obviously he's gonna be falling and then grab onto the thing and pull the ripcord and the parachute comes out. But it looked better in the game. Scottish guy's funny.
Oh my God!
Shouldn't he come to
Play with a big boy.
Play with your big boys. You wee streak of piss, yeah.
Because you're about to get a proper Scottish welcome.
Proper Scottish welcome. Yeah, that guy's wicked. He's the best thing about the film. Him. I might just watch it to watch him. Yeah, wee streak of piss, yeah. Mercedes, pretty cool, nice car. Or old school. I kind of like that bit, like that's not from the games I don't think, so that's something that's added into it, into this scene, this recreated scene. That looked really good. Yeah. CGA? Damn CJ, you're supposed to follow the damn train. CGI? CGI isn't too bad. Better than Welcome to Raccoon City, let's say that. Although I will say the liquor in Welcome to Raccoon City looks perfect. Mwah, chef's kiss. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'm sorry, but underwhelming for me. Maybe you've found something you think is cool. I don't know. I would hazard a guess that you're not really into Uncharted if you have, because it is all about characterization, and he is bland as fuck playing Nathan, and Mark Walberg is literally Mark Walberg. So that's it. When I look at Uncharted, that's kind of what I look for, you know, the characters, and the ones that I stick with, and everybody found a love for was Nathan and Sully. So it is what it is. That's it. If any more trailers, anything else comes out about this, we'll cover it. But my overall thoughts, my final thoughts are, it looks crap. I'm not going to go and see it. I'm going to go and watch Welcome to Raccoon City. I'm not going to watch this. No way. I think I'll watch it when it comes to streaming services, but I'm not paying for a ticket. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Helps me get seen. Doesn't matter which way you go. It still helps me get seen, and I can tell how many people like this, how many people don't. In the comment section, just let me know why you think this looks good. Like, just, am I wrong? Am I completely wrong? Tell me the things that actually hold it up, that are like cool and do make it look like a decent video game film. And if you agree with me and my thoughts, then let everybody know why. So yeah, all that's left for me to say is follow me on all the socials at SystemCheck66, that's on Insta, and at SystemCheck66 on Twitter. And yeah, until next time, I've been System Check, and I'm out of it. Peace.